Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It's me, Kelly, as always. A few quick things I'm going to talk about before we go on to our goddess painting. Okay, I want to show my ATCs from Christy Trout, or Christiel. I can never say it. Christy Rella. And they are beautiful. I love them. I love this one. I'm sorry, my wrists are hurting. Look how cute. Look how cute. Awesome. I did take a picture and put it in the All Things Creative group. Beautiful. Now, I want to thank you guys. I think we have like 40 some odd new members in the All Things Creative group. I love it. Don't be how you say, don't be afraid to comment or ask questions. Don't be afraid to post your pictures or your ATCs. Don't be afraid to do anything, because that's what it is for. You know, it's I want to have a place. You know, I have Flickr. You know, we have Flickr. You just go to Flickr/user/knitting and things, and you can join there. I think we have like 14 people there, and everybody's posting their art. Those are, you know, that's a place for people. I know there's some people who do not want to join Facebook. And I think that's great. And you have a place. Let me just try to fix. I don't know what the heck I did. That's when I shouldn't be allowed to touch anything. All Things Creative is my group on Facebook. It's a safe, drama-free, share your work, very, very, not educational. Please excuse me today. A very supportive, educational, supportive, you know what I meant, place to be. I love it. I've been running it for, I don't know, almost 2 years. The numbers have grown over the past couple of days from all you lovely, lovely people. Don't be afraid to put your YouTube videos in there. Don't be afraid to put your pictures that you do in there. Don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because there are wonderful, wonderful people in there who who have been in there with me from the beginning and are just freaking awesome. And they will, of course, help answer your questions as well as I will, and are, you know, all new members. You know, we all know something about something. You know what I mean? We don't know everything about everything. Look, I'm a poet and I don't know it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Also, very quickly, before I get started, I want to let you guys know, and I'm going to put the video down below. Alan, ASW Crafting, I believe. You know our buddy Alan. I watched his video today. I saw many of you have already commented. I'm going to put his video down. He did a friggin' rockin' ass video today. I love his style. He's British, English, you know the thing that I cannot speak, even though I try to, and then I sound like I bit my tongue and it swelled up and I can't talk. But he is a doll and I adore him, and he's getting back into doing the videos, and I hope he continues because I just love watching his videos. He did a video on more of beginners mixed media, and he shows how to play with different things and do all that kind of thing. And I think that watching other people's videos, whether you know things or don't know things or use things and whatever, we all can learn from watching somebody. You can tell I talk with my hands. I talk with my hands like that. Yeah. But we all can learn something, and just supporting, even if you walk away and don't learn anything, things that you've already known, supporting us artists who do this for free on YouTube. Not even artists, just people on YouTube. I shouldn't even say artists. It's just that I like to call myself an artist, so why wouldn't I say artist? But supporting people on YouTube and stuff like that, y'all know that I do my thing for y'all because I take requests. We do videos on how to make your own molding paste, on how to make your own gesso, on how to do things that people don't have money to go out and buy, but you can go in your closet and get yourself some school glue and powder, baby powder, and you're good to go with white paint. So, and he mentioned, that I always tell you, if you don't have gesso, don't be brokenhearted, use white acrylic paint. And I also tell you, if you're able to buy a white and black store brand in the States, I don't know how it is over in England and overseas, but in the States, as far as AC Moore, Michaels, Joann's, they all have store brand. And I buy store brand white and black in those and use those as gesso. As I've told you, they have more chalk in them. And they're like 39 cents a piece when they go on sale. So that is that on that. Secondly, our goddess. Okay. I'm going to use this as my goddess. Y'all have seen, I drew my goddess here. I drew, it looks like Daphne from Scooby-Doo. I don't know what the hell it is. It was something I drew one day, was trying to do to a little different eye. And then our play goddess that I was showing you, when you make your face too wide and you take your hair off and how you can kind of adjust it and move things. And then I was showing my friend how to do an open mouth on something. Spyro James, let her lay with you. So, but I'm going to use her for something else. I'm going to play with her and use her as my goddess. Now, that's not the last thing. Two more things very quickly. I'm going to also put in the description, Annie is over at Corner of the Bedroom Studios, is doing a different kind of goddess than I. I've shown my goddess many times. It's in one of my journals where it's just the figure of the goddess. That, like, for instance, you'd put on your altar or whatnot. This is more, I'm doing more of a picturesque goddess of what, for me, for what represents me. Okay? But she uses her way, which is the true goddess symbol. And I think for people who are afraid of drawing faces, her way is a very good way. So her video up today is her coloring it in. I dig it. I dig her first video of her showing you how that she draws it. I love that she shows, she's going to kill me. But I do the same thing, so she'll understand. But I love that she shows how, like she draws it and then she looks at it like I do and say, oh, I don't like this, and then fixes it and stuff like that. It's like real time, and I love videos like that. So today her video is her coloring it in. I did mention it the other day to find out about it, and I hope that y'all went over and checked her out. I'm going to put her video of her coloring it in down below also. So it'll be Alan's next new video and then Annie's video. And I'm not going to speak about it in this video, although it kind of pertains to this in a sense. Romany from Romany's Realm did a fantastic video today on her version of the Book of Shadows, what she believes in, what she practices. She's not Wiccan like I am. She considers herself a witch, and I watched her whole video. It was very, very good, very wonderful. So I know I'm gonna. I want to explain a few things that she had mentioned, but I'm not going to do this in this video. It'll be a separate video. So if you choose not to watch it, you don't have to watch it. She did a very good I sat and watched the whole thing. I thought I love learning about other people's beliefs and practices. And she also mentioned, which I thought was quite funny, as I mentioned, I mention all the time, and I mentioned the other day, people are making a book of shadows for themselves, for angel, like I said, Pattinson fan Veronica. She's making hers with angels in it and quotes. Somebody else is making a type of book of life for her daughter when she gets older. So of all life experiences and lessons and things like that. I've talked about, if you're religious, you use it for your religious, I don't know what they're called, verses and things in there. So she had mentioned some of that too, which I found funny because I know she hasn't watched my latest videos because she's very busy. She's been very sick, and she always tells me, like, I haven't caught up on all your, watching your videos. It would take me 3 days, but she mentioned the same thing as and I know she hasn't watched the video yet, and I think it's awesome. I think that great minds think alike. And but I think it's awesome. I think that she makes some very, very good points, and I think that you don't have to take the Wiccan route or witch route or whatever route. You make your book what you love. If you love quotes like I do, I have a quote book. You know what I mean? You don't call it your book of shadows. You call it your book of whatever, or just nothing. You just call it whatever you want. The point is that you're putting all your stuff. I'm just gonna show my book of shadows one more time that my husband bought me. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Look. Oh God, God love him. I just love him. Okay. Yeah. And speaking of him, very quickly, his new business card. Look at that. He got his new business cards. He has an SEO website content, PPC Google Ads, landing pages and microsites, press releases, email marketing, advertising copy, direct mail, catalog copy, brochures, blog content, and more. That's my love. And he rocks it. He works his ass off and works for big companies and does very, very well. And I'm so proud of him. So there's his little card. Hello. Hello. He's awesome. Okay. So I think I said all I had to say. Oh, and last thing. I know. Kelly, shut up and just get to the getting. That's my chair, not me. I'm not gassy today. Okay. I got my ATC cards from Christy Trout. Did I show these already? I can't recall. I think I did. See, that's where I'm at today. I posted them. I don't know if she posted them in Flickr or not. I am. I did post them in All Things Creative. If you're interested in All Things Creative to join our group, I will, it's a few videos back. Also, something else I want to say. You guys are going, my God, does she ever shut up? No, I don't. If you are new to me, or if you want to see specific things, if you click on underneath this video, the knitting and things, I think it's knitting and things or Kelly Donovan, whatever it says, because Google changes everything. If you click on it, it'll take you to my main page. And on my main page, I've separated things into mixed media, art journaling, polymer clay, don't know what else. Knitting, maybe, I don't recall. So for those of you who love polymer clay, and I get more requests for me doing polymer clay than I can even tell you, because of the way I show and do it, which amazes me because I don't know. I think the videos are too long, and I'm like, okay, they're never going to go past 20 minutes. But anyway, I have them all separated. So for you all who love polymer clay and just want to see polymer clay for beginners, so to say, you just you just click my name, Kelly Donovan, or Knitting and Things, and I don't exactly know what it is. And I wish I could find my other eraser. And you can go and see the different things in their own categories. So if you don't dig mixed media, you don't have to learn to do two things at once, Cal. You don't have to like wade through all the videos and all that kind of thing. So, as you know, I'm going to use this picture, and like I said, I am gonna use the other one in a different format. But yes, I'm not. I just chose to use this picture today. It was speaking to me, and I said, "Okay, hello, I'm here." So what I'm doing, as you know, first I'm erasing all the hair. Goodbye there, hair. Does that sound English? I don't think so. Now, see, the funny thing is I could have been starting doing this while I was talking to you, but do I? I don't think. No. I don't think. So this is how I do it. Now, I have seen people, you guys have tagged me, and you rock with your goddesses, and I, of course, comment on everything I see, and if I don't, tag me in it, if I don't see it, or this is a Vanish eraser. I don't quite know who makes it. It's made in Korea. Just look up Vanish eraser, and it's like the best eraser ever. It really gets the graphite out, and I don't need to worry too much about the graphite. I just want to take her little bangs off. Now, this is the scary part that people hate. But here I go. I erase everything very lightly. Here I go. And sometimes if you want to do it like, I'm erasing lightly. I'm erasing lightly. Ever so lightly. Erasing lightly. I might change her eyes. Lightly. Here I go. It's so the graphite doesn't smear so much when I paint it. But I still have guidelines. I still have guidelines. I should be on the 70s channel. I could do my Janis Joplin impression, but I won't. Because you know I love me my Janis. My Jim Morrison, I can't get enough. Although yesterday I watched Dave Matthews in concert, the same concert I've watched 20 million times on the TV, and Stevie Nicks, and you know I'm a Stevie Nicks freak. Okay. People ask, are you crying when you're doing that? No. I'm just being goofy. Okay, so, and of course we're going to go out in and out because it's practically white now, but you can see that it's not white, so you'd think this high-tech camera would know, but apparently not. So, here we go. I have, and I know, I bought this a long time ago, okay? So, I'm showing you this. It's called Golden Acrylic Titan Buff. However, and I love it. I don't use it much because, I mean, look how much I have left. Well, quite a lot. I don't use it much because being a hoarder, I'm afraid that I'm going to need it one day and not have it because I used it all. And I know it's probably going to go bad before I use it, but I'm okay. So, but I did paint my Goddess Girl on the painting that y'all see on wood with this. However, you can buy Titan Buff in any of the regular paint, like Folk Art, Ceramicoat, Americana, whatever else brands there are. You can buy Titan Buff. But you can also buy Portrait Light, and then I have Skin Tone. Now look at the difference of the colors. Skin Tone comes out very, very dark. So I don't want to have shading in her. I want her to be more light. So I'm going to just use my Portrait Light because I know most of you probably don't have Titan Buff. Titan Buff is a very nice beige color, but I'm just going to use, like I said, Portrait Light, Folk Art, but you can use any facial paint, facial color that you want. Some people keep writing me and asking me to show them how to paint faces different colors rather than white, or rather than the regular color. And shook it up, and I'm doing my little thing there. And I probably should have cleaned out my water, but I didn't. I have this great thing my husband bought me over 3 years ago, and it is a brush cleaner, and it's sitting right there. It needs plugged in, and I need to use it. And I keep telling him, and we both keep forgetting. So I'm just going to take my acrylic paint, and I'm going in, and I'm going to follow where my hairline was. I'm not going to worry about it. And I'm going to go over her eyes. I'm going over everything. My brush was still a little wet. I'm not going to worry about it. And I'm just going to paint in her face. And I must say, I'm very impressed at everybody who has already done their goddess. A lot of people have drawn them. A lot of people have painted them in. And I'm so glad to see so many have done it. And like I said, for those who want to do it, but are afraid of faces, and there are a lot of people like that, Carolyn Albro. You can go to Annie's channel and watch what she does and do your own thing on it. And I'm sure Carolyn, although I want you to do a face, Carolyn, you said to me on the Instagram you would do a face. You promised. Remember, perfection is not a word that I use or is in my vocabulary, because otherwise I would be sitting on the couch reading and not doing things like this. Although I keep getting, my friend Annie was getting this, I need a little bit more paint, so I just dip my brush a little bit in the thing, because I don't want to pour it out, because, you want to save as much paint as you can. Even though these aren't professional grade, as they say, I love them just as much. But they're not expensive, and when they go on sale, they're even, I stock up. But I still don't like wasting. I think I'm turning into an old Italian grandmother. I'm not sure. I'm just going to paint her neck down to here, because I think when I put her on my painting, I'm not going to give her shoulders. Am I going to give her shoulders? Kelly, are you? Are you, Kelly? She's got an awfully fat neck there, but hey, I'm representing me in a sense, so. All right, I might just kind of. Just in case. Oops, not. Okay. Just in case. And I'm going to gesso this. I didn't gesso my paper. I'm now going to gesso in a sense, because I'm putting my first coat down. So if I go and do, and I don't care going over these lines right here, because I'm not sure, I don't like splatting. I'm going to wipe Mama Betty Boop pajama pants. Okay. Because I don't mind the graphite spreading as much, because I will do something fancy in here if I choose to keep her with shoulders and all this. I don't know yet. I have not decided. Now, if you don't have paints, as I always say, use your colored pencils. Go buy Crayola colored pencils, or whatever you have. If you don't, if you have watercolor pencils or watercolor crayons, use your Crayola ones. Now I'll go outside the lines a little bit, because I'm going to cut, I'm going to cut that out. So I want to make sure I really get. But use Crayola. Crayola is a great brand. Use whatever you want. If you don't have those and you only have crayons, by all means, use your crayons. It is not a shameful thing. I've had people write me, people write me and ask me crazy questions. I really, instead of answering them, I should be like, my girl, the frugal crafter. She ain't really my girl. We don't know each other. I just like to say that just because she'll have to comment on one of my videos, because I told her to quit doing the rainbow loom stuff, because she got me addicted, and I'm not as fancy and schmazzy as her when it comes to getting it down pat. I'm not going back into the Rainbow Loom rant, but I like to think she's my girl. She was by my side yesterday. I was listening to her while I was doing some things. I'm sure we all do. Gotta love the frugal crafter. I only really recently come to find her. Probably within the last maybe 6 months, maybe? Maybe? Yeah. I'm always late to the party. But when I get there, I'm a party animal. Okay. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Let's put this away now, shall we? Going to rinse my brush. It'll sit in there for a momento. And I'm just going to give that a second to dry. Wait a minute. All right. I'm trying to, I got. Okay. Oh, I know what else I want to talk about. Okay, I'll talk about what I do. What I do. I'm sorry. My camera's all funky, and I was like, what the heck's happening? It's very funky. Now, I want you guys to paint your goddess. And I want you guys to decide right now, as we're doing this, what color eyes you want. Now, I have brown eyes. My daughter has beautiful, I don't know what they're called. Sometimes they're green. I guess they're called hazel. Sometimes they're green. Sometimes they're brown. So most of my paintings that I do, I always do my daughter's eye color in it. Or a green, do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And I don't think I'm going to change it right now. I think I'm going to go green. Now, I love this color. It's Gecko. This is Ceramicoat. I also have it in Folk Art. I have a brand new one somewhere in Liquitex. Yeah, one of these days, I promise you, I'm going to be on the ball and have all my paint out. It's not going to be today, though. I kind of want to let this dry a minute because I want to take my marker, and you can use a pencil if you want. It doesn't matter. But I want to take, not a bold marker because, what the hell is Kelly thinking? I want to do a light, let me try this. I love, and I've told you guys these before, and I'm going to do another giveaway, I think, on this. The Micron 05s, I get the, it's a brown. It's a 0.45 millimeter line width. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's teeny, teeny, teeny. And I love these because they're permanent. My paper feels dry, so I'm going in to outline the eyes. And I like these because, I just said that. I said they're permanent. I swear my fibro is like wicked today. And all this new medicine is driving me crazy. And I'm just going to follow my lines that I have. Yep, the neck wasn't dry. Oh, killer. But use a marker, colored pencil, something that's going to not be bothered when you go to paint, that won't smear. And it doesn't matter that it's not going to match your paint or whatever else you do. It's no worries. Now you can cut this out before you do this part. It's up to you. This is just giving me where my lines will be. And it's basically just the lips and And then her chin. And you can kind of lightly do her eyebrows. Not too thick, because remember, we're going to go over these with paint. Or if you don't want to and you just want to do your markers, you know, you can. You can do whatever you want. This is my way. I give you the tools, you take them and you run with them. And you know, I always try to go both ways with that. And I'm just going to trace the outside of her face. Like that. Everywhere I kind of painted. So when I cut her out, I'll know where her hair starts. And then the same with the neck. And she has quite a long neck. So I don't know if I'm going to use the shoulders and all, but I'll take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down. Okay. Now, let's start painting. And what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to make this the longest AS video in the world, I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to paint the eyes. I'm going to paint one eye. And I see that I need to... See, I didn't even pay mind and didn't trace out my line there. And I noticed it on the camera on my thing on video to make sure I'm on. I was going to say something. Am I not always going to say something? I always am going to say something. I'm going in with green. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do one eye and the lips, and I'm going to cut her out, and then I'm going to stop the video, and then you all, you know, do up to this part where we're at, except you do both eyes and all that. I'm not going to bore you doing both eyes and all. Or who knows, maybe I'll change my mind in 2 minutes, as I do often. But I'm going in when you're painting. And now that we have this extra paper around us, you could take, if you get too much paint on when you're painting your eyes or whatever, just dab it on the side. And then go in. I needed a smaller brush than this, but this will have to suffice. Now, I advise you, and I did not do it, just not to bore you, because I could sit here and talk to you about 1,000 things right now that I want to talk to you about. But I would take your hairdryer or your heat gun, no matter if you're using a permanent marker, and set it. Set it and forget it. Because a lot of people misunderstand the fact of a marker saying that, and I say this all the time, a marker being, always start with light. So if you're going to go green, brown, whatever, start with the lightest color. And if you get into the black area of the pupil, no big deal. Black will cover everything. Because if I just drew all this and I'm going in now with this wet media, right? It'll still smear because it isn't all the way dry. Remember, it has to dry through the paper that you draw it on. And especially because I didn't gesso. I'm using my, I hate when you get those little lumps in there. Like, how did I get a lump in my paint? But remember, and if you go outside your eye lines, it doesn't matter. But remember, it has to dry through that paper. And I didn't gesso because I'm using my face color as my gesso. Gesso is a, I'm going to get a lot of shit for this probably, but gesso can be kind of a overused product in a sense for people like us who are maybe not, who don't have a lot of money, and you watch a lot of people and gesso, 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 gesso. Well, you know what? Just whatever you're, as you see here. Now look, I went into my pupil. It's okay. And I'm just giving this a few coats. I need to really leave it dry, but once I rinse my brush, I'm pulling the paint off. So I have enough hot hair in me. So I'll just dab. Because I'm going to go over it with some dark too to give it some wow factor. But like I said, you go and buy the cheap white paint. You go and buy, gesso is a wonderful, wonderful thing. But if you're art journaling, if you're, we're doing this. I mean, look, I painted this with no gesso. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay? So don't be afraid to go buy that cheap white paint or use whatever paint you have at home. And remember, if you're art journaling and you paint your whole page like I've painted mine black, or if you paint it all blue and you're going to go from that, or all pink or whatever, and I'm going to do an art journal page coming up soon and I'm going to show you this. But I think I've probably discussed this in other ones. I'm going to now cut as I talk. Let's hope this works. Me talking, cutting, who the hell knows? All right, first I always cut out around. Remember, I'm using molding paste for her hair, so I don't need to know about her hair. You dig? Okay. But whatever that first layer of paint is, now if you're intelligent, unlike me, you could probably do around her and then have this great mixed media paper left, which who knows, maybe I will. And you can stamp on this and then use in your mixed media journal. Maybe I'll do that and then show a little concern on my part to save paper. And maybe my husband will quit bitching that I buy 12 things of mixed media things when I go. I'm kidding. He doesn't bitch. He just looks at me and just shakes his head like when he saw my jewelry the one day. Yep, you're going to be making a lot of jewelry there, Cal, and selling it, aren't you? Okay, so see, we have what we have. And I'm going to move back now because y'all can see. All right, so I'm just going to follow my things. You don't have to be perfect because like I said, we're going to do our molding paste that we made on here, or you could use your regular molding paste, or you can use white paint, a little thicker. And if you guys need the molding paste or gesso or whatever recipes that we've discussed in further videos, that would mean videos that I haven't done yet. In other videos, good gods, let me know and I will hook you up. It's on my website, but I really haven't updated my website in a while. I want to redo it and do all that fancy stuff. Oh, if I would be on camera, that would really help you. I am not going to do her lips until I get her on my substrate of what I'm going to use. And by meaning substrate, I'm trying to be fancy and I'm trying to be educated. And I mean, whether you're using wood or watercolor paper or canvas, I'm using canvas as my substrate. See how educated I am? Mm-hmm. You ain't got shit on me, please. I'm kidding. I don't know. I think I need my medicine. Okay, she looks kind of funky, doesn't she? But eyes are drying. Look, I can do this now. Eyes are drying. Hello, eyes. See, I went into black. It ain't no big deal because the black's going to go over it. And I didn't cut out absolutely perfect. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't even know if I'm keeping the shoulders. But you just go back in. I can get I have smaller, maybe if I'm on camera, I have smaller detail scissors. I'm not a fussy cutter because to me that's called fucking what am I doing cutting. But I have them in case I ever do want a fussy cut. I don't think I've ever used them, but in case I do. Some people love that. I've seen such beautiful things from people that have done them. Have fussy cutting. I'm not one of them. Okay, so we have our shoulders and all that. So like I said, the lips for me, and it may be for you. I'm going to wait until I get her on our, whatever we're putting her on. And the shading, I don't shade my goddesses. I kind of leave them. I do go in and I'm going to kind of go over these, like with the nose, and add a little graphite maybe, or a little something. I'm not real sure yet. I love making, I love deciding those things at the time. Now let me show you Titan Buff real quick. And then I will, just so if you do get a chance to buy it in any brand, it's good. I love it. I love it for the goddess. I might even go in over some things, but let me just give you, and you'll see if you look at my goddess painting on my profile on my YouTube, that this is what she's painted, this color. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But I do know that they make them in the craft paint colors. I think I have some, actually. Ow, I just jammed my toe. I don't think that's a good thing. Is this one of them? No, what color are you? This is bamboo. You can see it's the same. Let's see. It's a little browner. But it's the same thing. This is ceramic coat and it's called bamboo. And I love it. I mean, look. So you get, it's the same, it's darker. But this is great for shading. That's why I got it. And who knows? Maybe I'll use that instead. Maybe. I'll have to see. Once that decision's made, it's kind of made, isn't it? So I'll have to go over it and see. But that's the bamboo and ceramic coat. Love the color. And that's Titan Buff. But see, if you use your Titan Buff with your bamboo, they make very good. And also, see, I hate telling you these things because then I don't want you to think that you have to have certain things. Because you really don't. And you can really get it very cheap in the, maybe I'll do it in my next video. Why don't we just stay where we're at? But there's a product that you can buy in the cheap things. I'll have to find mine. Where you kind of, and you can do this with matte Mod Podge too, in a sense, where you kind of make this, like your darker color will become a little bit less, a little bit more transparent. You can make them both transparent, and I have to find, I'll find it for the next video, no problem. But anyway, those are those two things. And I love my Titan Buff. I've had it for years. I'm talking about like before my son died, years. It was my first big major purchase from like Dick Blick or one of them. And I have it still. And I look at it every day. Like I caress it and say hello with like all the rest of my stuff that I just don't use. Oh, good God. Okay. So that is where we are at. And if you have any questions, if you want to join All Things Creative, that's what it's called. Search for it on Facebook. I put a link a few videos back. If you want to look for specific videos of mine, click my name, Kelly Donovan, or I think it says Kelly Donovan now. Google changed it. Might say knitting and things, but in the beginning, underneath my goddess picture, my picture there, you click that, it'll take you to the beginning of all my pages, and everything is in groups. All Things Creative. Search for it on Facebook and join. ATC cards are rocking it. Any questions at this point of, I was going to get my ATCs mailed today, but we've got so much snow and everything, I'm not leaving the house, and I'm not having my husband leave the house. So, they're going to go out probably this weekend, but that'll be fine. I'm going to be making another video in a bit about our February ATC swap. And there's going to be certain rules that need to be followed as far as where to sign up as. And yeah, I want to mention that. And as always, ask any questions that you want. The next thing we're going to do is, now that we have her, we're going to pick our backgrounds. Those who are doing it with me, I know a lot of you have already done it. I think it's wonderful and fantastic, and it's awesome. And I'm just doing this for the heck of it, for my own thing. But I'm going to be picking my background of what I'm going to use, and we're going to start doing a background. Like I said, I'm not going to do a major background. I just like to do a few things. I like more stamps, more iridescent kind of things, more, whatever, before we put her on there, and then we'll paste her hair and whatnot. And then we do our finishing things, adding to the canvas or whatever you're putting it on. And then we're pretty much done. So it's pretty cool. So that's really all I have today. I think I think that's it. Because I know I have to make the ATC video. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to keep myself straight, which I can't guarantee that'll be. So here we are. Here we are. And I hope you all have a great day. Remember to check out the links below. Please, please, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Please be kind to each other. I just can't say that enough. I've noticed, and I'm going to pull Annie right now. I've noticed that I've been getting a thumbs down on like the last 6 videos I've done. And I didn't know you can see where they're from. So I'm going to go check and see where they're from. I think that's hysterical. I'm doing a giveaway. How do you give a thumbs down on it? Okay, loser. So that's that. Love my ATCs. And I think that's all I have right now. I think I've talked about everything. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Everybody asks me about this. I tattooed, okay. Before my son died, I tattooed a heart on myself. All right. A couple years before he died. After he died, I tattooed his name on me. When I tattoo on myself, I've explained this before, but I guess people, new people don't. I mean, then you'd have to watch 300 videos to get it, to find the videos that I talked about then. What you have to do, what I have to do is, okay, this one I did, and this one I only had one run on. I did it, and then I had to you have to let it heal, and then you go over it again. Well, after I did it the first time, this is after he died, bless his soul, I had to go to the hospital. Okay. And so I've not yet went over it again. I did the D the other day because my daughter and I were playing around. Anyway, so I went over the D again. Now, I went to the tattoo shop thinking, because my daughter got her, would she get pierced? She has her nose pierced, and she got underneath her lip pierced, and I can't recall what that's called right now. She's going to kill me. She didn't get her lip pierced, but under her, under her lip. I don't know. It's called something, and it just left my head. Anyway, so I went to the tat shop. I asked the guy, I'm like, how much would you charge? I said, I know it's a shitty tattoo, but just to go over his name, just to make it darker. And he said to me, oh, you did so. I see so many people do that. Okay, whatever. But he said to me, and then it made sense, the D is on a spot on my hand where the ink will constantly come out no matter if he does it, I do it, whomever. Because the way I did it, I should have started it up here further. At the time, he had died, and I didn't even know my name, and I had done it. So I'm going to go over it again. But it's my son's name, and his name was Jared. And I'm getting tattoos on both my wrists of my son and a razor blade, and it signifies more than just him committing suicide, but it signifies something for me. And then my daughter, and I can't quite figure out what. At least that's what I'm thinking now. So I will just keep up on this one. And then my daughter and she wanted me to tattoo a heart on her. like mine, and she got it on her finger, so we have matching tattoos, and then her and I are going to get matching tattoos. A lot of useless information, I understand, but I get so many emails about, what's that on your hand? What's it say? My son's name was Jared, and that's what that is, and I just have to go over it. And so once this heals, because I did this, when did we do this? Last week, and you can still feel scabbies on it. I'll go over it again, and it'll get darker, and I'll just have to keep up with it. But this heart I've not went over. I mean, I went over it like the second time years ago, and it stayed dark and like it is. I keep begging my husband to buy me a tattoo machine and all the stuff to go along with it. He's not digging that real much, because I would tat me and my daughter up just everywhere, because they're quite expensive. The guy said he would do it for me. He said, but understand, Dee's not going to stay. He said he'd charge me like $40, which, all right, but like, if the D ain't going to stay, I'll just do this myself. It ain't no big deal, to prick and stick. So whatever the hell it's called, pin and stick, stick and pin, whatever. But yeah, I do shit to myself like this. I don't feel pain in my hands, so, because of the RA. So that's what that is. That's my kid's name, my son's name, and I did it right after he died. And then, like I said, I ended up in the hospital, not because of this, but I ended up in the hospital for 7 days and almost died. So I didn't get a chance yet to go over it yet, all these years later. I just haven't sat down and do it until, like I said, my daughter the other day said, can you give me a heart on my finger, because I want to have one like you, so we match, because she's into tattoos and got her first tattoo a while back and was already planning her next one, and she's pierced. She doesn't have her ears or anything pierced, but she has her nose and, like I said, right below her lip, and it's called something, god damn it, because she wanted her nose pierced, and she asked our opinion, and we were like, no nose piercing. But anyway, that's all irrelevant. But everybody asks me what that is, and that's my kid's name, my son's name, bless his soul. And that was when that was done. And that's why that's there, and will always be there with a heart. And like I said, I'm going to get my kids' names on me. So, and my husband has tattoos, and he's a dick, and he won't get my name tattooed on him, because he says it's bad luck and that we will end up getting a divorce. So I guess the day he does go get my name tattooed on him, my name on him, I should start worrying. But he won't. I beg him. Anyway, be kind to each other. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know. Oh, good gods. Okay, goodbye.